Hi guys, welcome to another episode of TeensWorld, and we are in the discussion segment. My name is Sylvia, and with me,
Dami,
it's so good to have you here, Dami.
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We have this very interesting question. Funny enough, we fall into that category.
Okay.
So our question says, parents think divide. Can Gen Z, Alpha kids, and Millennium parents ever understand each other?
They can never understand each other. They can't. I feel they can't. I feel maybe Gen Alpha and Gen Z can kind of understand each other. And because we're in this, can we actually understand each other? Because they're getting confusing. Because some millennials act like Gen Zs.
I actually feel that maybe let's say the closer generation can understand each other. For example, the millennials and the Gen Z. I mean, they are quite close, so there might be a level of understanding between those two generations. But talking about the millennial and the alpha kids,
they can't.
The gap is
they can't.
It's going,
They can't. And I think they can actually understand each other, kind of, because the Gen Zs that are close to the millennial age, they kind of understand. Then the Gen Z that are close to the Gen Alpha.
So they just say like, they group themselves. Gen Z and Alpha
understand each other.
Millennial and Gen Z.
Because there is no way, like you said, the millennial and Gen Alpha cannot, because there is no way somebody that grown will think like a Gen Alpha.
Also, why can't they actually understand each other? I mean,
I think it's because of let's say the world has evolved, so things change, thoughts change. Before there's nothing like lesbianism, there's nothing like things like that being common.
Yeah, I think the problem here is actually technology that has come and take over everything. Because I mean, if you look at the way the world is evolving now, what our parents knew those days and what we know. I mean, by the time we will be getting to the age of our parents, these Gen Alphas will have gone.
They have gone far. And I feel our school of thought self is different.
Yes.
That's why I said this queer people now. You cannot believe yourself can say accept some millennials can accept queer people. But the late ending they cannot. It's a no-no.
I just feel like the millennials that are, accepting the Gen Alphas, probably because they've embedded themselves so much inside the lifestyle of the Gen Z.
Yes.
That is why it will be easier for them to understand the Gen Alpha. Because let's even bring it to, let's start with parenting. Look at the way the millennials, the way they, brought the Gen Zs up. Imagine Gen Z parents now bringing up
Gen yeah.
Those days, our parents, they don't even need to tell us too much. It's just
the face alone is enough.
Facial expression is enough. We already know what they are saying. But we Gen Z now want to correct. Because they say, Mommy, why are you blinking your eyes like that? Is your eyes paining you?
Exactly. I wouldn't even take things serious like that.
Yes, imagine a child telling the mother, Mommy, you're shouting, no. It is not good for your mental health.
Imagine.
Exactly. You see the difference.
Yeah.
Today they don't even feel like they are saying something wrong. So they'll feel like, they are looking at you, they are, after your best interest and stuff like that. But to the millennials, that's so disrespectful.
Very, because they limit what they say. Unlike we don't just care. We just talk.
Let me just do something here. Imagine you and your parents are talking and like, you're telling your parents, you guys, you guys should go out and have fun, you guys should so. And your parents are looking at you like, who are the guys?
Imagine like there's normal word.
It's a normal word. Like there's
nothing personal.
But today they find it so disrespectful. Like why would you refer to us as guys? They are going the same. So there are a lot of things that there's a lot of difference in those generational groups that makes it like, this generation cannot understand this generation, that generation will not understand this generation. But I feel like if everything all together, I mean, it's almost the same roots. We all come from the same source, if you at the same time, just like
different generation,
same ways, everything. If care is given into how things are done, like the approach as it is done, I mean, there should be a level of understanding that these three generations should have. For example, when it comes to thinking like customs, probably like an issue of religion or stuff like that. But funny enough, you have a lot of Gen Zs today that they don't even agree with what their parents taught them concerning.
They love to agree with everything.
Salvation is personal to me. I don't need to visit any worship center before I know I can have a personal relationship with the Lord. And imagine a Gen Z thinking that way. How do you think Gen Alpha will
It's just like do whatever you want. Even from the beginning, Gen Z as parents will be like, do whatever you want. It's not my fault. Unlike millennials that will be like, you must go to church, you must do this, you must do that.
No, Gen Z will be like that. About this our own Gen Z generation. The fact that we are so confident in whatever we are doing. Even if we know that thing we are doing is wrong, we are very, very confident about it. Unlike the days of our parents.
But like how people say, those are even the baby boomers. I would say they can never even argue with this. They can say but they can never argue with Gen Z and Gen X. The baby boomers. That's our parents.
Those days, parents have a way of coercing children to doing their obedience and stuff like that. But you want to try it out with the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha. Where do you want to start from?
It can't work. And the only way that can handle Gen Z and Gen Alpha is still baby boomers. Those are our parents and those people down. Iron
fisted.
Yes.
I think that's important. Even those iron fisted.
They'll come and say they're traumatizing them at the end of the day. They'll come online.
Traumatizing. You try and make it now. They are saying filming.
They'll come online. Yes.
You just
my mental health. My mom is my dad.
My dad is stressing me mentally. Is doing this. Is doing that. Like the way parenting and this all upbringing thing is really evolving. Like for example now, even a Gen Z pattern of raising children. If you look at it, our parents they believe in this corporal punishment. Like you do wrong. You strike the child or you fix this physical kind of punishment on the child so that you can get the correction. But for example now, if it's a Gen Z that is parenting, most Gen Z don't even go for beating.
Beating, that's hardly.
Even somebody like me, I'm not yet a parent, but there's a level to which you beat a child I feel you are physically abusing that child. Imagine me having that kind of thought. You know when I'm saying that, imagine I'm saying this to probably my parents. My parents are like, but is it really true that because we don't believe in that method of discipline, then that means this Gen Alphas will now automatically grow up to be irresponsible? Is that the whole idea?
What I feel actually about that killing stuff, I don't feel it's bad, but when is that extreme? I don't know if you see some women or some parents when they beat some children in the road, you'll be like, one is okay, two is okay. It's okay. So if not, their children, they don't know right from wrong. If when something hurts them, they know that, I think what I did is wrong. This is why you did this to me.
Yeah.
So the thing is, don't just do it to the extreme. And Gen Z should not be too laid back that they will now at least incorporate that when they are training their child. They can't be too laid back. Gen Alphas, they are smart.
Very smart.
They are smart and they are smarter mouths than we do. They think faster than we do. So if you don't come there in certain ways, they're getting worse.
One funny thing about Gen Alpha is that curiosity takes the best part of it.
I'm telling you.
They are so curious to know why this happens, why this takes place. Imagine you telling a child that if you touch this thing, it's not good. A child that
let me see what happened.
Then you touch it now. Let me see what will happen.
Exactly.
Because they are curious to know why that thing you are telling them is so wrong for them not to do it, and you are not showing it. Like they need to say proof. Why? Like
that's just the point. They need to know why. What will happen if I do this? Just an example now. I learned something. Maybe there is candle. Children are attracted to things like that.
Yeah.
If a child is going to that, as let's imagine my parents, a child is going towards that fire, what will you do? That candle, what will you do?
As a parent, I'll first of all shout like, don't go near the fire. I'll probably take the candle away from there.
Okay. And he continues doing that. He will just take the candle away from them.
No.
Do you know what I would do? I will let that candle burn that child once, and they will not go back there. I've experienced it before. I've seen it.
Yeah, I actually agree with you too.
The child will not go back there again.
Because I firmly believe in that experience is the best.
Best teacher.
That experience, I would like them to experience it. Some people, they don't believe when you're telling them things from them. They need to experience it for them to.
Because before now, I feel that is that wickedness now. Once I saw it, this child is doing this, doing this. Until one day, they're like, just even, what are they doing? This child is going back.
No, it doesn't need any reminder said not to go back there again. Now, if we look at the schooling system of Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and the kind of system, it was quite different. I mean, their days of schooling, they were used to this chalkboard stuff like that. These their box that they carry to school and stuff like that. But look at we, Gen Z, that was when they introduced whiteboard marker. What they call it, they have food basket in time losing. But look at the children that are going to school now. Treatment is so different. They are teaching them with television. We see television in our own.
Maybe you want to see. Hey.
That's what makes them feel like all these things are normal. Unlike us that, when we're going, we view them as privileges. I mean, it's a privilege for my dad to have a television. Yes. But imagine a child that is already 2 or 3 years old. They already play television, like only television.
They have their own
tablet. I am telling that kind of a child that no, television is not something that a child will. How do you want to convince that child that?
Exactly.
So you see, the system at which this generation operated is so different that they might find something so difficult to be in agreement with because they feel like no, this is supposed to be normal. It's a normal thing for us to have this. And you think that it's not normal, sounds strange, and
this thinking, you cannot leave your home. Your home is your life.
Yes.
Gen Z different. If you are suffering, pick up yourself first. That's how Gen Z thinks. If you are suffering, don't die there.
No, those days of our parents, they are so particular about what society.
Says.
Fortunately for me, Gen Z now, the society even coming after you if you don't go for yourself first. So the time frame is just so different. And I feel like the fact that the Gen Alphas now they already know that okay, my life is my life. I get to live my life the way I want. There's nobody to tell me, oh, this is how you live your life, or there's this some customs and rules that binds everything they do. Like they have this free will to decide for themselves that okay, this is what I want to do, this is not what I want to do. But in the midst of everything, if I want to pick in terms of how do I say exposure, parenting, education, which other way, free lifestyle, living and which of these generation time frame we say actually did more or produced more responsible.
Let's be honest, the millennials, let's not lie. Let's not lie.
Iron fisted.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I didn't mean to continue. About all these things, the good thing about the millennials is that they produce better products.
Yeah.
Better and more disciplined products than Gen Z. So the baby boomers are the ones that produce the Gen Z. Anyway, but they are more disciplined than them.
Yes, I mean, and they are more factual. They think before they do a lot of things. Like, I mean,
we just do it for our happiness.
We just
we don't care about the consequences.
Yes, that's how we do our stuff. So for me, I personally believe that the millennials did a very good job. I mean, we are products of the millennials anyway, so we did a very good job in helping with the Gen Zs. And I also believe that with the Gen Zs too.
We do, yes. I may just relax.
Alright guys, so this is how we come to the end of this segment. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and see you soon.